What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today, guys? It is Tuesday, and we are going to talk about Alien Earth Season 1, Episode 3. I'm your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette. In case you missed it, I already reviewed when we talked about Alien Earth Episodes 1 and 2. If you missed it, feel free to go back and check those out. But we are here to talk about Episode 3. Let me go ahead and tell y'all right now, we are talking spoilers. So, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode, if you care about spoilers, this is the time for you to go on somewhere else. Go watch the episode. It's on Hulu, FX. You can check it out. Come on back, and then we can chit chat about it. Or if you just don't care, if you don't have time and you just want to hear us chit chat about it, that's fine as well. You are more than welcome, but you have been warned. So that is your spoiler alert. Let me get the people here in the comments. I want to make sure y'all are seen as well. And let's see who made it out. We got Paulette here. What is going on? My man Mike, thank you so much for being here. See weapons myself. Ooh, go enjoy weapons. Go enjoy weapons. Yes. Kristen Pratt holding it down for the Mod Squad. Thank you so much. Talented one. Good to see you. My man Mitch is here. Hello, Tasha. Good to see you. Who else we got? Treese, what is going on? Callow, I see you as well. DePaul, thank you so much. My man Lou is here. What is going on? Let's see. Amanda, hello. Good to see you. Let's see. Who is this? Lowe's, is that Leo's? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. My bad. Ray Guns, hello. Destroyer, what is up? My man Taz is here as well. All right, and shout out to everybody watching on the replay. It's good to have y'all here one way or another. All right, so let's pick up right where we kind of left off. If you recall, we had Marcy / Wendy. She reunited with her brother. She already let him know who she was, and they had their nice little heartfelt moment. However, that didn't last very long because boom, he got snatched up by the alien, and now she has to go find him and possibly rescue him. So let's pick up with her. She's already still we see that she's on the run looking for her brother. And let's see. Yes, and we go back to the lab. And this is where, whew, man, Curly, what's her name? Yeah, Curly, she is going through it. Okay, she is going through it after that scary situation with this octo eyeball monster. This thing has got her shook. Okay, she was over here having a whole problem. She's questioning everything, like why they couldn't keep their names, why they can't go home, why they compared to the Lost Boys and Peter Pan. They're not even all boys. Why couldn't she just have a choice? So she is like mentally starting to break down, and this could be the beginning of a problem with these hybrids, right? Like they brought these kids in because they wanted the hybrids to really just be easy, moldable, and stuff like that. But there are all these different things that you can't just account for when it comes to the human consciousness. And right now, she's not having the best time. It's not working out too well for her. Something is breaking, right? Something is breaking with her mentally, and she's not coping very well right now. So we see here that Boy Cavalier, he wants Kirsch to bring in all the species, and of course all the other scientists, they like no, like don't do this, we got a whole other job with these hybrids. And Boy Cavalier is like, yo, I said what I said, give me them, bring me them species over there. Okay, he just wants them species right here right now. Marcy is out here running like the Terminator, determined to find Joe. And she does find him in a truck, and he's all gooed up, from the alien. And clearly this is some sort of trap, right? He was telling her, like, yo, don't come in here, don't come in here. Of course, she ain't gonna listen. Then boom, the alien comes in, and then he just backs right out. Looks at him and backs right out. And while the alien is above him, she like stabs him or stabs it, and they discover that it does have acidic blood. Now the alien rocks the whole truck or whatever, the trailer, and now Joe picks up a weapon. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do. At this point, sir, you done seen this thing maybe what 3 times? You almost died, maybe 4, and you think you what is that little pick, little what did he think he was gonna do with that? Anyway, the alien whips them about, grabs him, throws him around, punctures his lung. By the way, it stabs him with its tail, and once again, in dramatic fashion, Joe is finna die, and he's getting all the hot alien breath he can handle until boom, Marcy comes in. She grabs the alien by its mouth, and they try to drag it into this other little area and close the door behind it. But as that happens, unfortunately, the door closes with Wendy on the other side, and Joe has to hotwire the whole thing to try and open it up. And when he does, they finally see that the alien has been killed and beheaded, and Wendy passes out. Whatever she did, however she did it, she managed to take this thing out, which, if you think about it, this is a huge accomplishment because we've seen in other alien movies the Siths, the synthetics, like when they go up against the alien, if they do, they usually come out all decapitated and chopped up and screwed and all that stuff. And Wendy, hey, listen, even if she's a kid, mind wise, she handled her business. She took her little machete and went slice. So, her and Joe are now they both are passed out. Again, keep in mind he did get stabbed, so that's why he's out of it right now. But we go back to Slightly, and he finds the husk or the skin of a face hugger, obviously probably from the previous alien that was running around. He does run into his boy Smee, and Smee tells him about all the other species that they found in the other lab. And just then, here comes Morrow out of nowhere, holding them up, sticking them up, asking them questions. And the more they start to talk, the more he starts to realize that they sound like kids because they're acting like kids. And while this is all happening, he's starting to realize that they're not really a threat. He knows that, or he suspects that they are synthetics, but keep in mind, he doesn't know about the hybrid program. Nobody does. So he assumes that they are just straight up synthetics. So while he's doing and talking to them, he goes up to the computer on the ship and downloads everything for Mother. And also, while he's downloading everything, you can see it's taking a toll on him physically. And that's probably the main difference between a cyborg with still human parts and a synthetic, because we just saw Kirsch doing the same thing in the last episode and it didn't bother him at all. But with the cyborg, it's really a lot to download all that information. But he also then erased everything as well. So just keep this in mind. The only people that have all the information that has been uploaded to this ship are Kirsch, the synthetic, and now Morrow, the cyborg. These are the only people that know everything that went down, or at least for the most part. So they now they go back and they do return. Oh, I'm sorry. Kirsch is on his way over there, back, and he confronts Morrow, and now we start to see the eggs are starting to react the closer Morrow gets next to them, and obviously that's because of his biological human side. And he does we do see the egg, it's about to open up. He ends up jumping out and escaping in the nick of time. We see that they have brought all the species back. They return back to Prodigy Island. We see Wendy being brought back. We see Joe, he's also passed out. And all these specimens, including the eggs and stuff, the flora, plant, monster thing, and Boy Cavalier is just having a time. He is just like, listen, come and look at all of this. These are my new toys. That's the way he's feeling about it at this point. And he was getting a little too curious because while he's in the lab and poking around and everything. You see him getting real close to that xenomorph egg. And even Kirsch was kind of like, man, are you crazy? Like, what is going on? And I don't know. I feel like Kirsch almost wanted him to like get hurt, maybe. Or maybe he was learning. Maybe he was learning at this point. I don't know. But he definitely saved his life. He definitely saved his life. And allowed made sure that didn't happen. And I think, and I forget where I heard this, but like if I'm not mistaken, the synthetics, they're programmed not to harm humans. So I wonder if part of his programming was kind of like, I really do want to see what happens if this boy's face is like all in front of this egg. I want to see what happens. But I think at the same time, he's like, programming. I can't let him actually die. So, he does save him in the nick of time. And of course, Boy Cavalier, he's just like, all right, Kirsch, you in charge of all the research and, go on with it from there. Now we do see Cavalier's assistant. He comes in asking about the cyborg, talking to the other hybrids, and he mentioned to them that they do record everything that they see. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was a quick moment where one of the hybrids was kind of like, hey, I don't think I like that. Like, I don't like the idea that y'all record everything that we see. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a major violation of privacy, but clearly they don't have any privacy, right? So they were completely ignored at that point. Now, it is funny how despite them having these new bodies and everything, the hybrids still have fear. Like they still act like children and they still are scared like children. Because again, fear is a learned response, and of course we see here that Kirsch is spying on them, but he's been monitoring them for a while now. So he's definitely keeping a close eye on their behavior and what they're doing. We see Morrow here walking through the city, and he's getting in touch with Yutani's granddaughter. So he used to work for the grandmother, but because of space, time travel, being frozen and all that, he was frozen for like 60 something plus years. So now it's the granddaughter that's running the Weyland-Yutani group. She wants him to come home, and he's like, nah, like these creatures, this is my life now. Like, I have to get these things back. Now, I think that this is interesting because what it does is it gives us a little bit more insight as to what the heck is driving Morrow. Like, what happened? Why is he like this? Is he more machine than he is robot than human? Like, why is it that this dude is so laser focused on trying to get these specimens back as if nothing else matters? So I don't know. Maybe it's debt. Maybe it's some other thing. We'll have to wait and see. I forgot her name. But one of the other hybrids, she does come in and she mentions how she knows that Wendy is actually Boy Cavalier's favorite. And he obviously picks up on this being an advantage that he can have over her. And, she's sitting here telling him, like, yo, I could be great. I could be like you. I could be better than you. I even studied some French. Voulez-vous. You know what I'm saying? Like, she started saying all this stuff. And he was like, okay, I see you. I'm going to give you some books. You're going to read some things. And then we're going to play, right? And, now I don't know exactly what he means by all that. Maybe he means a conversation. Maybe not. I don't know. But she is now, according to him, in the race of becoming one of his favorites. And I have to say, this is like one of those areas where now I like what they're doing with the whole childlike minds that they were doing in the writing. Because one thing that I was concerned about, like I said, was that, when it comes to kids, it's just, to me, a tool to have writers have bad decisions made so that way, the story can move along. But they're using this in a creative way. I mean, because now you're taking this little kid who's in the mind, who's got this body of this synthetic, and her real ambition at this point is, yes, she wants to be great, but she wants to be great in his eyes, right? Like, she wants to still gain his favoritism. She hasn't gained a sense of independence yet that a more mature, older mind would have. She's still dependent on his admiration, and he knows that. And he's clearly going to take advantage of that by using her in some way, which is definitely messed up. But, it does say a lot about him, right? So that is definitely going to be something we have to pay attention to as we move along. And now we do see Slightly, who now is being contacted by Murrow. Keep in mind, he had put that little device on his neck. So that's probably his Wi-Fi, Bluetooth chip or whatever. Now he said, hey man, I'm a parent too, and he's over here trying to connect with Slightly and everything. And he pulls the ultimate Joker card that you could pull on any kid. Hey man, will you be my friend? I mean, if you want a kid to just, I don't know about y'all, but this goes back to the elementary school days when you were someone's friend or not their friend. That was the deal. That was the line. That was the deal breaker. That man, I remember even my little kid, my little daughters would come home and be like, I just made a friend. I'm like, who is this person? They'd be like, I don't know. I'm like, how you make a friend and you don't know the person's name? I don't know, but we're friends. I'm like, that's all it took? It just took the title and y'all like this? Just like that, just because y'all friends? So I understand for Slightly, that's all it takes. Never mind that this dude is a stranger. Never mind that this dude almost shot y'all. Never mind that you don't know anything about him at all. But because he said, will you be my friend? Slightly was just like, okay. Just automatically folded. Just like that. Okay, sure. Just that, man. Once again, this is why I am appreciating the line, the writing about having the childlike minds. I like this because this is easy. If anybody is going to do anything with these hybrid minds, it's going to be the adults that are going to take advantage. Look at this creepy smile, man. Shout out to the actor, man. This dude been playing this role. I don't like him. He is not making me like his character at all, but he is playing the heck out of it. Okay, this brother is doing the mess. He's doing the work. Anyway, we go back to Curly, and she again is still going through it. She's walking down the halls, and she is like, looking at herself. You can see her reflection of her real body in the mirror, and she's like sitting here, poking herself. Oh, and then we keep seeing this dude. We keep seeing this dude wetting up the walls. Don't know why, but I think at this point, the reason why you see her touch, she's like having this, I don't know, disassociation crisis, this identity crisis, because I don't know about y'all. Listen, I cannot touch my own eyeball. Okay. And I used to wear contacts sometimes here and there. That be the hardest thing for me to do, is just to put contacts in my eyes. She over here touching her eyeballs like it's nothing, because it is nothing. It's all artificial. It's all fake. So she is like really starting to have a difficult time just grasping the fact that, yes, she is a synthetic. She's not really human anymore. And this is definitely something that's messing with her mind. So anyway, we see Wendy is finally starting to wake up after she done got charged up a little bit. Then we see that as she walks out, Joe is being operated on in another room. And we see here some of the laser stuff that's going on. What's wild is the fact that this man woke up and saw that. Did y'all ever see that movie called Awake, where it's an actual phenomenon where people that are put under, they're able to be awake and feel everything. They can't move, they're paralyzed, but they are awake while the doctor is out there slicing and dicing you up, opening up your chest and all, and they just Anyway, back in the lab, you see that they took out one of the alien eggs, and you also see that they are doing their experiments on it at this point. Wendy is still walking around. They're still in the, I don't know if this is the same dude that's been watering the walls or whatever, but or maybe it's somebody else. I still don't understand what they're doing. But Wendy can like hear stuff. And then of course you have Kirsch going and cracking into the egg, and the moment he starts to slice into the egg, Wendy starts to hear something. It's like a chirping sound, and it's leading her in a direction. And we also see the lung that came out of Joe, and now it's being connected into something. We don't really know yet. And Wendy is really starting to get messed up the more that they start to operate on this egg and the little creature inside of it. And the more that they start to go into this face hugger and they pull the actual creature out, you see Wendy having a dramatic reaction to all of this, and it is just taking a toll on her. But in addition to that, also the other eggs start to react. So it's almost like this is giving us more reinforcement of the idea that these aliens have like a hive mind where they can feel and think together in some sense. So they finally pull this little, I guess this is the main alien, the little tadpole version of it anyway. They pull it out. We see Joe is out there recuperating, and they put his lung up in, or half of his lung in this container. And here comes Kirsch, and Boy Cavalier, of course, is watching, and they dump the alien tadpole inside, and it goes right inside the lung. And this is probably where it is starting to incubate in a sense. If you recall in Alien Romulus and its previous movies, these aliens do go into some sort of cocoon like state. So the face huggers, we're probably seeing this for the first time. When they go inside of people's bodies, they're probably using the organs and stuff to be like a cocoon in a sense while they grow. And now we're just able to kind of see that out in the open. And Wendy is passed out, laid out, Family Guy style. And clearly, whatever it was that she had that sensation with, it was way too much. And she passed out from it. So that was it for the episode. Let me see. I got a comment here. Riger, what you got? Great show and an accurate rep of capitalism. Absolutely. The cyborg let the crew die and hit the skyscraper just to return some aliens for profit. Crazy work. Facts. And great observation. Yeah, I mean, this whole franchise, one thing that you'll notice is that capitalism is running amok everywhere. I think it was like in the last episode, one of the rescue team people said like, oh, I know this ship. It was on the Weyland-Yutani like baseball cards or something like that. You know, they had collectible cards like that. That's how much these companies have like just spread throughout society. And we haven't even heard of a government. We haven't heard not one thing about a government at all. You know, all we've heard about are the companies, and it seems like the companies are the ones that make up all the rules at this point. And that's the scary side of capitalism run amok, right? Bet you they don't pay taxes either. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for that, right, guy. I appreciate you. Now's the time where we get to review it. I need you guys to let me know, what did you think about episode 3 on a scale from 0 to 10? And then while you're doing that, I'll give you guys my thoughts. So far, I think that, you know, this was a little bit mild. I like the whole encounter in the beginning with the whole fight with the alien. I thought that was a nice little addition. We already knew that Wendy was, you know, strong, fast, and all that. Now that we know that she could take out a whole xenomorph on her own, I think that's pretty cool. I do like the idea of experimentation with the xenomorph eggs and stuff. I like that element of the story. I actually like the cinematography here. I like the different angles that we were getting, and I love the different styles of, so like when it came to Curly, when she's looking at herself in the mirror, but she can see, you know, her face of her real body. Or if you notice when Boy Cavalier and Kirsch, when they're in the lab, just some of the angles that they use in this, I thought were pretty dynamic and cool. And of course, I like the themes, capitalism, and of course the whole manipulation of more mature adult minds on these younger ones, and we have to see what are those psychological effects. So I definitely like what they're doing with the writing in that case. But outside of that, I mean, I don't know if this was like the most exciting episode, so it's still good, still interested in seeing what happens, especially with that final ending. Like, yo, what's going on with Wendy? Is she able to hear? Like, is this like a frequency thing that she can hear with these aliens, or is she like biologically in tune with them? Not really sure. But anyway, I'm going to give this episode I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5. Liked it. It's cool. Didn't blow me away, but I'm here for more. But let's see, where did the people land? All right. We've got an 8, 7, 7.5, 8. Okay. 7.5, 9.5, 8. All right. 8, 8, 7.5. All right. 8, 8, 8, 8. What else? 7.5, 7.5, 6, 7.8, 8, and 8.5. Okay, so overall, we like the episode. Great, good to hear. I'm happy that y'all enjoyed it for the most part. All right, well, that's it for this one. In case you did not know, episode 4 is coming out tonight. I think it's out right now on Hulu or FX, however you can watch it. So feel free to go check that out. We will come back tomorrow and talk about episode 4. I'm giving y'all 24 hours. I give y'all 24 hours so y'all can go watch it. Go watch that, enjoy it, have a good time. And then we will come back, like I said, tomorrow around the same time, and we'll talk about what happened in episode 4. And yeah, and then we'll get back to business. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me today. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.